Pick the best courses. I didn't say easiest. We've all seen that game played by med school applicants. Pad the course schedule, get the easier and the higher GPA. Doesn't work. Why? Because admissions committees are smart groups as faculty and professors, and even physicians on those selection committees see right through it. Taking competitive beach volleyball does not strengthen your application. I've had the privilege to advise many students on how to successfully get into med school. So for Future Doctors from a Doctor, I'm Dr. Chad Brands from Mentoring Docs. This is the physician perspective. The inside view is a physician leader who knows what's ahead on the other side of the desk when your application lands at a medical school. As a pre-med student, new to the university or the college campus, there's a few strategies that you need to put into place right now to succeed in getting an acceptance to a medical school. Your GPA, yes, that grade point average is going to have to be sky high to compete effectively for a spot in any medical school. Let's jump in with several strategies that you need to implement to succeed as you navigate campus, courses, and your GPA in pre-med. First campus strategy, you got to get to know the student leaders of your pre-med club on campus. Go get involved from the get-go. As a freshman pre-med student, you've hopefully found your people, and you found them early. If you didn't, you got to find this group now. For all pre-med students, it's imperative. Often these peers will be your upperclassmen and women who can give you additional wonderful peer guidance as to what they did right or wrong, the missteps, where they went off the path, how they got back on, and more importantly, what courses to take when and how to succeed in them. It's going to go like this. One student says, wow, take biochem first because at this small college, it's only offered in the fall semester. Dude, you can't wait or mess up your course schedule. I almost did, and it almost cost me getting into med school. You got to take Professor Smith's course. She's just terrific in organic chem. The best prof. I learned a ton. MCAT's now a breeze in organic chem, but don't wait when the section's open. Be online. A junior's going to say, take the psych course with Dr. Rockerman. It meets the sociology requirement, and I learned so much even for life. I'm now a better version of myself, a great resident assistant, getting great reviews, and I'm a better student. My girlfriend even says she likes me better this way. Cool. But you got to register early, skip the class the day everything opens up, and get in. Senior pre-med student says, if you're in this state of residence, where your driver's license is or you pay your taxes, do it this way. How do I know? Because I just got another letter of acceptance from my third med school in that state. Follow the advice. Follow me. You'll be glad you did. I followed the upperclassmen who gave it to me. Full circle, bro. Verify that peer advice with your friends in pre-med, and also be sure to check online professor rating systems. And then you can know before you sign up for your classes. You're paying for these classes, maybe with your parents and a lot of student loans, with what will be your money and your loans, so why not pick the best courses? We didn't say easiest. We've all seen that game played, and med school applicants should know that that does not work. You need a high GPA, but with strength of course load that admissions committees, smart groups of med school professors and faculty are going to see into. There are physicians on those committees as well. They'll see right through it. You need courses that are going to show that you're sweating it out to become a standout student and doing well. Comparative chordate anatomy across all the animal species, advanced microbiology, enrolling in a health economics course, acing a complex course in health policy. Any of those courses, combined with your brilliant mind researching a term paper to be presented at a national meeting, will distinguish your application far more than any intramural athletic club. Remember, freshmen and sophomores get the last sets of options in course registrations. Therefore, you really got to do your homework. Practically, proactively, way out ahead of time, competing for the best and limited seats in these great courses on your campus. Second campus strategy, learn how to study super effectively to keep your GPA as high as you can. I did say super effectively. You need to be that super standout student to get into med school. And that status is going to be reflected in your own individual GPA. Many pre-med students simply are not going to make that cut if they're not in the competitive race to win it, to get into a med school, much less one of their dream schools. The applicant pool at each school represents thousands of applicants competing for very few entering class spots. These med schools that you're interested in receive hundreds of applications for every seat in the freshman class. Students need to face this music. Sometimes it's not pleasant. It might be in a minor key and dissonant, and it sounds, pre-med's not always upbeat. Nor is medicine itself. So as coaches and advisors, we want you to recognize the tonality of this music, face the music, but get a strategy put together so that you can actually get into medical school. Many pre-med students otherwise, without a strategy, are not going to make this cut in the competitive race to get in.
Wonder what happened.
Med school admissions committees really know who they're looking for. They're looking for a fit. That mission, vision, values for the communities they serve. The schools have the metrics and the stats. They have the predictors. as to who over years is going to be most likely to succeed in that school's learning environment, from beginning all the way through graduation.
She's determined to get it. But what if she fails?
Traditionally, med schools compared to other graduate programs had high rates of students dropping or failing out, couldn't make the cut after the first semester or two. Thankfully, some of that's changed, but in today's med school world, admissions committees are looking for leaders. Those leaders on the committees are looking for high-achieving students with incredible capacity to learn and lead in medicine's 300 specialties of medicine and surgery now in total.
You will find the dedicated also in the relative obscurity of research laboratories.
These are really tough fields to study, learn, and master. Admissions committees know that. Medicine's not for everyone. So check your individual motivations again for entering medicine. There's a reason why many parents want their kids to be doctors, right? It's an incredibly competitive process, a rewarding career. So it's up to you. One of the most important admissions factors in securing a spot is that time-tested GPA, and it's a comparable data set. And all the other applicants are going to have sky-high GPAs as well. Let's see how you can take a few action steps now to push that GPA as high as you possibly can into the stratosphere. Action step 1, you'll need to be very efficient with your time because pre-med courses are characterized as tough, but med school courses are going to be even that tougher. Why? Because there's even going to be all that much more information coming right at you, less time, all packed in. You simply got to get a strategy for each course by knowing the dates and timelines for the assignments, quizzes, labs, papers, presentations in each course. That's the syllabus. Put the dates into your smartphone on your slate. You'll be studying effectively and efficiently, which means smarter, not harder. Action step 2, talk with those in your pre-med clubs and interest groups about how they did their best and got top grades in organic chem, anatomy, physics, physiology, especially for the toughest courses on campus, like calculus. You need to specifically ask what they did to get A's in these courses. You might think it's just generic information, that all these courses are created equal and they're all the same. No, that's not true. Each of these courses is taught by a particular professor who's got his or her idiosyncrasies and own way of teaching. You need to figure out specifically what's going to work in this course so that you can successfully ace it. Next, as you keep pushing up that GPA, go to the professors in these classes and make sure you're clearly understanding the material each day and week. How? Use their office hours to address questions, fill in the gaps of your learning and your knowledge for understanding. Go to a peer mentor. Learn to understand that material each and every day. You just can't afford to get behind. Work to stay caught up. Read ahead, study ahead, go prepared. Avoid the rote memorization strategies and just keeping things in mind for the exam or the test and spitting it back out. You're going to use this information the rest of your career in the context of making life and death decisions that doctors make on behalf of their patients. Next action step, block out your study time for independent study each day. For effective strategies, be sure to check out some of our other videos, including the ones on particularly tough subjects, anatomy for instance, and then add some group study with a few stellar students as study buddies a couple times a week and use a block schedule. You're going to use it the rest of your careers. Minimize distractions during the day and during your study times. Find a place and a space and a time when you learn best so that you can do well on the MCAT. You're in charge and only you can take care of yourself. You need good sleep, rest, nutrition, exercise breaks, social connectedness. You are human and have to live within human limits. Much sacrifice is going to be required as you're accepted on that pathway into med school. Late nights, studying weekends, holidays. A number of your friends are not going to necessarily get it while they're out having fun. Final takeaway from this session. Vitally important at the level of the big picture and how to keep and gain perspective. Ask others who are in the field what they did to succeed in pre-med and beyond. When you're meeting with a practicing physician in person over coffee, ask what were the keys to their success. They'll share it. And then you'll get the tips and inside techniques that will make you even more successful as a pre-med student. You might even learn from some of the mistakes that they might authentically share with you. Seek a real, authentic physician mentor, a listener, someone who can coach you and give you ideas and action steps. Wisdom from years gained, experience, so critical in medicine. You're going to benefit greatly. In summary, it's a long, twisting, winding, mountain climbing journey into medicine. After med school, you'll be securing a residency program in a specialty, such as anesthesia, internal medicine, radiology, orthopedics, pediatrics, urology, through graduate medical education and beyond, where you're going to lean into your chosen specialty for 3 to 8 years after med school. It's an incredibly exhilarating, exciting, ultimately rewarding journey. And you need solid, excellent advice. And the majority of it really needs to come from physicians who've already made that climb to the top. That's also why you're tuning into this channel. Watch the videos, subscribe to the channel, check out our website at mentoringdocs.com for additional resources and useful information on your journey. We pledge to help you succeed in medicine and your calling as a physician. Reach out via the website for a one-on-one consultation or coaching session. Come back to learn more on how to succeed in pre-med and to be the best pre-med student you can be, because then you're going to get accepted into that medical school. Stay well and study well.
So keep on learning, keep on growing, never lose your way. The future of medicine is brighter because of you today.